All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, Tim Bradley gives Shakur Stevenson the worst piece of advice that he could possibly give him by claiming that Shakur Stevenson does not need Gervonta Davis. The reason why he doesn't need Gervonta is mind-boggling. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, I am going to react to statements made by Tim Bradley Jr., Tim Desert Storm Bradley Jr., about Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, giving advice to Shakur Stevenson as to why he, Shakur, does not need a fight with Gervonta Davis. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for what you do. And thank you for the big super thanks that we received over the last couple days in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Really, truly appreciate you. Let me get into this, though. Tim Bradley is a journalist now, no longer just a fighter, a former fighter. Now he's a journalist. He writes op-ed opinions for ESPN. He has his own his own YouTube channel, still doing work, I do believe, with ESPN if they ever have a fight again. But Tim Bradley is in a new role. And in this new role as YouTube content creator, you need to come up with content on a daily basis in order for people to continue to listen to you. So that's what I chalk this bit of advice up from Tim Bradley to Shakur Stevenson, which was that he didn't need Gervonta. Now, why does he say that? He says because of all the pundits that say that Gervonta Davis is only a one-division champion. He's not a three-division champion. He's never fought anybody. He's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. All of the usual robot, repeatable garbage that comes from people that are paid bots to tear down Gervonta. Because anybody that looks at Gervonta Davis and cannot see a guy that can fight and a guy that has been in a bunch of good fights, you're just not being straight. So Tim Bradley, living in this echo chamber of journalists that all hear each other talking to each other and say the same thing to each other and confuse that with what the general public believes. The boxing media always runs down on Gervonta. So to use the measuring stick of what the media says about Gervonta's resume as a reason not to fight Gervonta, and the logic for Tim Bradley goes, well, since these guys don't give Gervonta Davis any credit for his resume, then Shakur, what are you really going to get from fighting him? You might as well not fight him. Well, Tim, who is he supposed to fight then? There's nobody else. Just because you guys don't think Gervonta Davis does what you want Gervonta Davis to do doesn't mean that Gervonta Davis isn't a legit fighter. The fact of the matter is you should fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson should fight Gervonta Davis because people want to see what Shakur Stevenson will do against Gervonta Davis. That is the bellwether fighter in the divisions that Shakur Stevenson is in. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's like somebody telling Tim Bradley, oh, Tim, don't fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. because Max Kellerman and Harold Letterman and Larry Merchant don't like Floyd Mayweather. And they say Floyd Mayweather Jr. is ducking the smoke with this guy and ducking the smoke with that guy. He didn't fight Margarito. He wouldn't fight blah, 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 right? So I guess Tim Bradley shouldn't fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. because of what the media says about Floyd Mayweather Jr. absolutely ridiculous and definitely worth me calling Tim Bradley a sellout. But the big thing really is that he has to do content every day, that you have to wake up in the morning and you really have to think, what do I want to talk to people about today? What kind of conversation can I help push forward today in the boxing world? And when you do that for, I don't know, years and years and years and years, you start noticing patterns. People will start switching up their opinions so that they can do videos and make statements that are contrary to opinions and videos that they did in the past, because they are vacillating back and forth about what they think about a particular subject. And before they get a full vision of what they believe, you have to put the content out, right? So I don't fault Tim Bradley for saying this ridiculousness, but Tim Bradley should know that what he said is ridiculous. You don't judge a fighter based off what the media says about them. If you're going to wait for somebody from the PBC especially, you can't name me a single solitary PBC fighter that somebody like Tim Bradley and these guys celebrate. They don't celebrate any of them. Every single solitary time a PBC fighter gets to the top of a division, the bots and all of the negative media and the propaganda starts flying at them. So again, to point to the propaganda as a reason not to fight Gervonta, please. But let's also get real about the other angle on this. Acting like you don't need somebody is a Terrence Crawford move. Terrence Crawford acted like, I don't need Errol. I don't care if the Errol fight ever happens. I don't care if this fight happens. That is just trying to do the same thing Terrence Crawford did to try to worm up some extra money from Errol Spence Jr. in a negotiation by acting like he doesn't want it. So maybe that's what Tim Bradley and the Brain Trust are trying to convince Shakur Stevenson to do. I'm telling you right now, none of the Jedi mind tricks are going to work, because Shakur Stevenson at the end of the day is not a big draw. Since he's not a big draw, and the fact of the matter is, as of right now, Shakur Stevenson is fighting on undercards. You might want to tell Shakur Stevenson to get your weight up so you can get this fight, because people can say what they want about Shakur's technical skills and all of that. I mean, I don't know who's sitting there jumping up and down talking about how the amazing competition level that Shakur Stevenson has. A whole lot of people don't count his WBO belt at 126 pounds. Because the dude should have never been in the weight class. And the fact that he didn't belong in the 130-pound weight class because he lost his belt on the scale in that particular one. But nobody wants to talk about that. But you guys don't want to talk about that with Shakur when you're on Shakur's side, right? Anyway, I certainly hope the Shakur-Gervonta Davis fight gets made. This piece of advice from Tim Bradley to Shakur Stevenson is absolutely ridiculous. Shakur should try his absolute heart out to get that fight with Gervonta if he actually believes he can beat him. And the idea that Shakur wouldn't get any credit for beating an undefeated Gervonta Davis, who's got more knockouts than Shakur's got fights, man, get out of here. You guys are out here smelling your own farts is what y'all are doing. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.